Before we begin, let me ask you something quietly. Have you ever looked at a Taurus and thought, they seem so calm, so steady, they must be fine? But the truth? They were breaking a little, in a place you could not see. And if you are a Taurus yourself, or you love someone born under this sign, you need to hear what comes next. Before we go deeper into the things Taurus never says out loud, please take a moment to like this video so it reaches more people who are carrying the same silent weight. And if you hear even one sentence that feels like it is talking directly to you, subscribe. Not for the channel, but so you have a place that understands the parts of you you usually keep hidden. Now let's begin. People think Taurus is unshakable, the emotional anchor of the zodiac. But here is the conflict they never see. The strongest sign is often the one that feels the most fragile on the inside, and nothing terrifies a Taurus more than this one simple thing, needing someone. For a sign known for stability, it sounds contradictory. But contradictions are where the truth begins. Taurus does not act strong because it comes naturally. They act strong because they learned, very early in life, that softness is inconvenient, emotion is too much, and vulnerability is something that gets judged or dismissed. So they built a shell. A calm face, a collected presence, a silence that protects them from the fear of being misunderstood. But beneath that quiet, there is a heart that feels deeply, slowly, and with a weight that lingers long after everyone else has moved on. And here comes the first twist. Taurus is not cold. They are not stubborn in the way people assume. What they truly are, is cautious. Careful. Afraid that if they open the door to their emotions even a little, everything will spill out at once. Taurus hates needing help, not because they want to be the hero, but because they are terrified of becoming someone's burden. They hate asking for support because one rejection, even if it happened years ago, still echoes inside them as if it never ended. They hate showing their cracks because they remember exactly what it felt like when someone used their vulnerability against them. And here is the painful, almost ironic truth. Taurus will carry everyone else's weight without hesitation. Yet quietly believes no one would willingly carry theirs. So they never ask, they never take, they choose silence over risk, solitude over exposure, endurance over the possibility of being seen as too much. But what hurts most, and what they will never say, is that sometimes they wish someone would insist. Someone who does not walk away the moment things get heavy. Someone who stays. Look closer and you can see the signs when a Taurus is pretending to be fine. Their humor becomes gentler, a little more forced. Their smile stays the same, but their eyes look unusually tired, like they are holding back something they do not think anyone wants to hear. They disappear for a while under the excuse of being busy. They change the subject every time the conversation goes near their heart. Taurus's silence is not peace. It is self-protection. It is the moment when they are stitching themselves back together with their own hands because they are convinced no one else should have to do it. And here is another twist people never expect. Taurus feels deeply, but slowly. Which means once they are hurt, they stay hurt longer. Not because they want to, but because their emotional world is not impulsive. It is bound to memory, to consistency, to the belief that things should be safe, even when they are not. A Taurus who has been wounded once will think carefully, sometimes painfully so, before ever trusting again. And if they seem distant, colder, quieter, that is not detachment. It is grief. But here is the part that breaks the heart. Taurus rarely blames the person who hurt them, they blame themselves. They wonder if they were not enough. If they were too emotional, too demanding, too sensitive. If opening up was a mistake they should have known better than to make. So they pull back and the world reads it as stubbornness, when it is really fear. Taurus loves in ways most people will never understand. Their loyalty is not loud, but it is absolute. Their care is not dramatic, but it is deep. When they give you their trust, it is not casual, it is sacred. Which is why betrayal, big or small, shakes them more than other signs. A broken promise is not a simple lie to a Taurus. It is emotional destabilization. It is the collapse of everything safe. And once that happens, they do not rage. They withdraw. Quietly, without explanation. Because the only way they know to survive emotional chaos is to shut the world out. But even then, even in withdrawal, they still hope someone will notice. Someone will knock gently on the door they locked. Someone will say, "You do not have to carry this alone." Because what Taurus wants most is not perfection, not intensity, not constant reassurance. They want safety, consistency. A presence that feels like home. Someone who understands that beneath their composed exterior is a soul that loves so deeply it scares them. If you love a Taurus, here is what you need to know. Their silence is not rejection. Their distance is not punishment. Their walls are not made to keep you out. They are built to keep their own pain contained. The gentle truth is this. Taurus does not need you to fix anything. They do not need advice or quick solutions or questions that corner them. They need someone who stays patient, who speaks softly, who understands that trust for them grows like a tree. Slowly, quietly, through consistency, not intensity. Tell them, whenever you are ready, I am here. Not, what is wrong? Not, tell me now. Just, I am here. Because presence heals a Taurus more than words ever will. And if you are a Taurus, listen carefully. You do not have to be strong every hour of every day, every moment of every week. You are not a burden. You are not too much. Your emotions are not something to apologize for. You are allowed to lean. Allowed to rest. Allowed to be held. You are allowed to be human. There is nothing weak about needing someone. There is nothing shameful about feeling deeply. Your softness is not a flaw. It is the reason people feel safe around you. You are not hard to love. You have simply been loving in silence for too long. So let me leave you with this. Taurus is not the immovable rock people assume. They are a heart that learned to stay quiet so the world does not worry. But even the strongest hearts get tired. Even the calmest souls need warmth. And even the steadiest people deserve to be understood. If you saw yourself in this, like this video so it reaches the Taurus hearts who are carrying their storms alone. Share it with someone who needs to understand you. And subscribe so you never have to walk these emotional journeys by yourself again. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to be understood. And you deserve to be loved, softly.